Now, let's talk about these 6 characters here. You can only choose 3 of them. Who you choose as the first character is the major difference maker in the actual story. We will stick with the standard tried and true team of Lise, Kevin, and Carly, which would mean we are doing a little bit of the Arc Demon route. So the first thing we want to do is set up the order of when we're going to grab our characters and reduce the text of the characters' names down to a single character. All right, so 3, 2, 1, go. So to start things off, well, okay, so I've already mentioned how choosing the first character determines which storyline you're going to be playing through. There are 3 different storylines in this game. They all happen at the same exact time frame, and they are all dealing with different enemy factions that are enemies of each other, actually. This here is Lise. She hails from the RRLAT Kingdom. And, come on. Already she's just not wanting to attack. So yeah, we got this little 1v1 versus this bird here. And, this can be a little bit of a problem, because sometimes Reese will just not attack. I want to try to bait the bird over to this side, because once I do finish the bird off, Lise is going to walk to this side here and initiate the next part of the cutscene. Come on. Taking a fair bit of damage here, which is a little scary. But I should be fine. I usually will not actually get into many other fights during the prologue. This is what we call the prologue, which is the beginning of the character arc. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and you can see that she just doesn't have to travel really that far. So this scene will play out, and then we're going to be introduced to the actual kingdom she is tied to. My health is very low, which is actually pretty scary. I will have to face a few enemies before I'm actually done with this prologue. There is a gold statue, though, that I can talk to refill my HP and my MP. And they are the only type of way to actually heal yourself, besides the need for a healer. But what we're going to do, starting off here, is we're going to talk to a couple key NPCs so that we can force the next part of the cutscene to play out. Which is pretty pivotal, because, well, Lisa's going to be kind of looking for her brother. We don't really know where he went. So we're going to go find him. I should also mention, this is the princess of this kingdom that I'm controlling. And the king is right there. So while this cutscene is playing out... Oh, this is kind of like the lore part, so if there's any questions... now would be a good time to actually ask. Alright, so here's the prince. Here's Lisa's brother. And unfortunately this prince is a little bit easily persuaded and wowed by these completely untrustworthy ninjas. And if you want to know who they are Bill and Ben. And you're going to be quite familiar, well, maybe not so much. We're going to have a few key fights with these guys. And one of them is especially pretty pivotal. And it's one of the fights I'm most scared about, actually. Because if I don't properly do a certain trick that we will aptly call stat manipulation, we could have some problems. Maybe. So we already know where the prince went, and what's kind of happening here is Bill and Ben are going to try to trick the prince to remove the kingdom's defenses, which I believe kind of, I don't know, I think it sort of like sets up a strong defense counter for the kingdom itself. It's something wind related, but it makes it hard for actual enemies to invade the kingdom. And this is where I sort of question how this prologue starts, because how could Bill and Ben get so close to the kingdom if that's the case? But in any case, the prince does remove it. Bill and Ben were successful in their mission, and now the kingdom's about to be attacked by the kingdom that these two ninjas are tied to, which is the Navarre Kingdom. And sadly, we left our brother behind here, so yeah, we're kind of left guessing what will happen to him. But Lisa's concerns are with her father, the king. So we got to rush to the kingdom. And here are the other encounters. These guys, what I'm going to try to do is attack them to fend them off so that I don't get a hit. Usually it's the best thing to do in this situation. Oh, okay. Lisa decided not to rush. So what I was actually trying to do there is I was holding the A button and forcing out an attack. And by doing that, I actually can rush charge at an enemy. But for whatever reason, Lisa decided not to do that. Just kind of one of the things the game can do. Just sort of happens. We actually didn't really take any damage, so that was actually pretty thankful. This is pretty much the end of the prologue. I don't really have to worry about Lisa dying in the prologue now. Yeah, so the king is actually dead now. Rip the king, and we're now going, well, you're going to have a brief look at one of the main villains of this storyline, and but you're not going to see her for really too long. And there she is right there. A devious, mad-looking face on her, too. You'll see her a couple of times. So, I guess now I should probably mention, while we are playing... okay, so we have 6 selectable characters each, and we have 3 storylines. 2 of the 6 selectable characters share a particular route and storyline. The character that shares the storyline we see here is a thief by the name Hawk, and he is a ninja from Navarre. So that's how you know that, yeah. That's how you know he's got that same sort of connected storyline. And the other 4 characters have a connected storylines of different routes, of which include the Dark Lich route and the Dragon Emperor route. The difference is, okay, so generally the most commonly ran category is Archdemon. It's the safest. Okay, casually speaking, a lot of people say Archdemon is like the hardest route. It's actually the easiest in the speedrun, just because of the fact you have a healer. And the final dungeon, I think, is a lot faster than Mirage Palace. I think that's the name of the one you do in Dark Lich route. And as for Dragon Emperor route, in order to speedrun that particular route, you need to ditch a healer class. And that is really scary, but it's the fastest route. And in fact, what a lot of people might not know, if you actually go to speedrun.com, you might think the record's like 5 hours and something like that. This is incorrect. The actual world record is, I believe, just under 4 hours and 40 minutes. I believe I have the leaderboard of the Japanese runners for this game bookmarked somewhere. I'm not going to go digging for it, though. No way. But I believe it's something like 4 hours, 39 minutes, and 48 seconds. And that was utilizing the Dragon Emperor route. So you know it's the fastest route, if that's the case. But it's a very risky route, and we're not going to do that route. And why that route has to ditch a healer class, I probably won't even have time to explain. Also, that guy up there, well, he's a beast man, and he's one of the enemies that we're going to encounter. If you want to know his actual name, that was actually Lugar. And last time I did this game, it wasn't actually to the Sword of Mana. It was just to the point where I control Booskaboo. Come on, wolves, get out of the way. And a reason for that was because I didn't want to face Lugar, because he's a really nasty fight. But this time, I'm going to try and brave that fight. So first thing, I'm going to kill this rabbit. So for whatever reason, you actually can escape out of town when it's nighttime. In the daytime, you can't, so that's why I have to go to the inn. And there you actually saw me charge a rabbit by simply holding down the attack button and just charging forward. The port city I was at is called Jad. I'm now heading towards the first little village here. And here I'm going to get a few key items and talk to a couple NPCs to force our next scripted part of the run. So I'm going to grab that and grab that. So the first person we're going to talk to is this old lady here. And we're gonna rush over to this guy up in the dock here, or woman. I don't know. Sometimes I call that a guy, or sometimes I call it a girl. I don't know. The sprite is a little misleading. All right, so even though we just rested at the inn, we are going to take yet another nap at this inn, and this is what will trigger the next cutscene. Yeah, so I do read a little bit of confusion over the category. Again, I have not learned the full game yet. This run was not supposed to be part of the marathon. It was kind of a last-minute decision to include it because, unfortunately, one of the runners that was supposed to do I believe, like a 6-hour run of some sort, did not show up, and I believe the staff was not able to contact him. Apparently the guy no longer has a Discord account anymore, so I basically had to try to fill in with what little I have learned of this game. We are going to at least play half the game, but I will say confidently I've not even done oh, come on. Mushroom, get away from me. I don't think I've played Dark Castle in like 6 years, so it's, I don't even remember exactly where to go 100%, so, for a good runner, this run would generally need like a 5.5 hour estimate, but, in my case, I would have needed 7 hours at least, given the current state of what I've learned. I have learned, I believe, up to Dawn, which is the, I think, third last Mana Beast. But past that point, I haven't learned the entire route yet, and I'm still a little inconsistent with the Mana Beast portion of the run, most particularly the Air Mana Beast, which I believe is Dangard. So, again, sorry for anyone that may have wanted the full run. I have not learned the entire game, and, well, to try and do the full run would be pretty risky. I probably would go way over estimate if I even tried. So yeah, the fairy here kind of needs a host. She's pretty much ran out of energy. And I was actually supposed to kill this guy. Oh man, he's kicking my... Alright, I got him. Yeah, I was supposed to kill him on that first pass, but, you know, whatever. So I'm gonna just attack this mushroom, get him caught on that rock, so he's not able to pursue me anymore. And that gold statue there is exactly what I was talking about, where if you talk to it, you gain full HP and MP. You don't want to actually see these mushrooms. They're pretty accurate, and they're very aggressive, and they will attack at night and day. And we got pretty good luck here, because these sleeping rabbits, or rabbites, they can be mushrooms too. So we actually got pretty fortunate luck on the spawns. And that red light you did see during that conversation with the fairy, that was this village being attacked. And that was the beastmen that caused that. And speaking of beastmen, we're about to encounter our second party member here. And his name is Kevin. And he is the most broken character in the game. So I should also probably specify... Okay, well, first, let's talk about this guy's storyline here. So most of these characters here, they're being guided to the direction of the Priest of Wendell, the Priest of Light, who hails in Wendell, which is where we're going to next. And Lisa's looking for a way to try to retake the RRLAT Kingdom back. And here, with Kevin, he's, well... He accidentally killed a pretty important friend of his. And, which is sort of the work of those two guys you just saw there. Both the guy who kicked Kevin right up into the sky there, and that jester, who is a very questionable character. And you're going to see that character again in another character's backstory. But yeah, Kevin is looking to revive that friend he killed, which is the little dog named Carl. Now here I want to not kill anything. I want to make sure Kevin does not gain any experience, and I really, really hope I don't get too many mushrooms, because mushrooms are very accurate, and they hit really hard here. As you can see, 9 damage, and Lisa's almost already dead. But this is intentional. Oh, man. You can see, oh, wow. That's pretty bad spawns. But I'm going to try to... Okay, there we go. Well, so long, Lise. Yeah, that was pretty bad luck, but nothing you can really do about that. Mushroom spawns are just that terrible. Alright, so here is our third party member, which is a small little cleric named Carly. And as a cleric, she is a healer, so you can imagine why we need her in the team, but... she will also serve a different purpose, other than to heal our party. Which I will go into once we get to the Priest of Light, since that's going to be another moment of a lot of text, a lot of lore getting dropped on us. But if you do not like the idea of Carly dying a lot, well, she's going to die a lot in this run. Particularly more during the later portion of the run, or this particular category run. And the reason for that is because, unlike most RPGs, where they're relatively generous about the cost effectiveness of gear upgrades, this game is very ungenerous about that. Like, there are points in this run that become very tight on money, and it, past a certain point, it never stops being tight on money. Like, when you start having to upgrade the characters of Lise and Kevin, you're only going to have enough money to upgrade those two particular characters. So, considering Lise is at 1 HP, we're just going to utilize Kevin to get through the rest of this. He's fine, he can take the beating pretty easily. And here I'm going to do a nice little trick here, where I'm just going to spam the run button and actually just get past most of the mobs there before having to bring out the fists and start walking slower. And here's Wendell. Before we take a talk with the priest, we're going to actually go down into this little spot here and grab this item here. That is a Cup of Wishes, or as I believe the unofficial translation likes to call them, the Angels Grail. It's a revive item, and we need it for a key particular boss fight. Kind of just a safety strat of sorts. Alright, so I'm at... Whoops. Wrong button. Let's, I meant to select Lise. There we go. So, I guess now that the priest is just beyond this door, let's talk now about why we select these three characters, what their defined roles are going to be, starting with the character we control as, which is Lise. Lise is the utility toolbox role where she has some very, very, very important spells that you grab in the mid to late game. And that's when you class change her for the first time. What spells she gets are stat down spells. So you face up against a boss, you can drop their defense, their attack power, their mind, so that their magic attack doesn't do as much damage. And stat down abilities are very, very strong in this game. Like, there are certain fights that would be otherwise almost impossible to deal with if you didn't have that at your disposal, just because of the sheer amount of damage you would be taking. I should also probably mention, the only reason this game is down to around a 5-hour run on average is because you have to play through most of this game extremely under-leveled, and that means a lot of things can potentially one-hit kill you. But by actually being able to drop down stats, that can your survival goes up way higher. And that's pretty much Lisa's defined role. Now, as for Kevin, he is pretty much your primary damage dealer. And he's got a lot of things broken with him, especially tied to his werewolf form, which is only something you get access to when it's nighttime. As for anyone that remembers playing this game, you might remember that Kevin receives a sizable attack power buff when he turns into werewolf form. There's a few aspects to werewolf form that's a little broken, including the fact that throwing a certain status effect on him while he's trying to morph into werewolf form can cause an enrage effect on him, which makes him do even more damage than was originally intended. But pretty much Kevin is going to be responsible for about, I would say, probably more than 95% of the damage this party is going to do. So, yeah, very, very, very important and defined role. So now, I guess the next character we have to talk about is our cleric. Again, like I said, the healer role is pretty defined. But her other served role here is to actually die at certain points, and this also has an unintended effect on Kevin in particular. It actually makes him do even more damage because, there's a certain manner of how I'm going to attack boss fights that make Kevin actually attack in a full frenzy. And what I mean by that is that he has no cooldown between his attacks. And he's just going to keep punching and punching and punching and punching until that boss is dead. It's pretty strong. If you played the game normally, you'll notice that when you do attacks regularly, your character will kind of do a different stance where you can't really attack during that, right? Well, there's certain ways to cancel that, and that is what allows Kevin to become as strong as he is. So, I mentioned that turning at nighttime is beneficial to Kevin, but another reason we turn it to nighttime here is enemies are actually a lot less dangerous here. We don't get mushroom spawns anymore. we get more bat spawns, and bat spawns are great because they are very, very inaccurate. Speaking of enemies that aren't inaccurate with their attacks, we have these guys, and they poison me. So we're actually coming up to the next boss here, and his name is Full Metal Haggard, and we ideally want to have Lise die in this fight, and this isn't going to make her lose experience. In fact, anytime there's just one target that you have to kill in a boss fight, even the dead characters will receive that experience, which is pretty nice. So my health is very high here. Come on, take some damage. Okay, there we go. There we go. Perfect. So here's the boss fight here. So the first thing that's going to happen, I'm going to try and force Kevin into werewolf form here. And now I'm going to throw this little pui grass, which is supposed to remove status ailments. And now we gotta hope that this boss attacks Lise, which is a bit of luck involved. And unfortunately, he attacked Kevin there. That's not good luck. Alright, yeah, this is kind of unfortunate. Alright, this attack will kill her, though, which is fine. And what's going to happen here, Lisa's going to die, and now we're going to actually gain control of Kevin. I'm going to heal him here just to make sure he's going to be okay. And now we can actually just completely go to town. And what I'm actually trying to do here is I'm controlling Carly here, but I'm holding down the A button while I control Carly and just spamming the shoulder button. And this allows Kevin to go to town on the guy. Alright, come on. Finish the job. Don't make him close his eyes. Okay, perfect. So we prevented the dive attack. That's really good. Perfect. I'm seeing some good, I'm seeing some JoJo stuff in the chat. That's exactly how it's going to be like. Kevin is going to be attacking pretty much nonstop, assuming the game properly does what it's supposed to do. And sometimes it won't. Sometimes this game has its moments where not everything goes as planned. Oops. So now that we got rid of Full Metal Haggard, we're going to be just backtracking. We got Wisp, and Wisp is pretty important because that is the light spirit. That's what gives us the ability to heal. It's not the water spirit like it is in Secret of Mana. It's the light spirit this time. And yeah, Lugar and the Beastman decided to kick our ass right off the cliff here, and well, we're gonna be going to jail. But not before seeing this cutscene here. Yeah, you can't. Well, I mean, I had control of Kevin in that fight, and but I don't know what it is about having 3 control characters. I think it's because the fight lags enough to the point where you can't really optimize your attacks. I think the problem with Seiken and Densetsu 3 is that the game lags when you have 3 playable characters trying to attack a boss. But if one of them dies, it drops down the lag. And that's, I think, what allows inputs to not be dropped and allows Kevin to go absolutely crazy. There is a number of other particular tech cancels that one is able to perform in this game. I'm not too familiar with it. I think one is the LNR trick where you attack with Kevin and then swap to a different party member. And then I think it cancels the cooldown period, but the timing is pretty tricky. understandably. And I believe the other particular cancel that is utilized is the AT cancel, where you hold the A button while controlling Kevin, and then I believe let it go and then press it again. And again, I think the timing's pretty tight. I don't seem to have a full grasp of that one in particular. But yeah, I believe that's how it works. I think one of your characters has to die in order to actually get a decent result. So, yeah. Speaking of characters we might have been able to pick from, aside from our 3, here is one of the other ones who we will see a couple of times in this run, and his name is Duran. And he is tied to the Dragon Emperor route. He's going to help us break out, because he decides to challenge this Beastman to a fight, and, well, he kind of tricks him. So, our HP's pretty low. So, we're going to be talking to that gold statue. There are enemies here, and we don't want to deal with them, so... And we don't want to actually die here, because we haven't saved this game yet. So, if I do die, that's like 30 minutes out the window. Not fun. Alright, so now I'm going to actually control Lise here. This can be a little bit risky. Especially since she is the weakest character right now. Being that she's level 1, she's got basic gear. But it's pretty integral that I do have control of her here, because what's going to happen after our little ship ride here, we are trying to catch the ship that's leaving this port city here, which is Jad. Yes, we are back in Jad now, by the way. Currently, the Beastmen are trying to launch a full assault on the city of Wendell. And there's quite a bit of lore tied to that particular storyline and Wendell. But I won't really go into that, because that's not the storyline we're dealing with in this run. But yeah, after this ship ride here, I believe we go to a city called Maya. And we haven't really attacked really much of any enemies. We killed like 2 enemies so far in this run. Well, 3. 3 if you count the bird at the start of the run itself in the prologue. But now you'll get to see some enemies be killed off. Once we turn into nighttime and such. And, well, at the end of this road here with all the enemies, we're going to be encountering the fight that I needed the revive item for. This upcoming boss fight, pretty nasty fight. pretty nasty fight. Alright, so we're going to go in here. So we're going to sleep, and we're going to turn it to nighttime. And we are... Well, yeah, we're going to save our game here just to make sure. Now, I think I want to... Yeah, this one. Alright, so our game is now saved. We don't have to worry about losing progress. So, first things first, we need to talk to this old man, because this is the direction we need to go. He's going to kind of give us a little bit of an update on what's going on in Wendell. I should also probably mention, Carly's actually from Wendell, so, yeah. She actually knows the priest herself, which is also why she actually didn't follow us to the priest himself. Very nice. That was actually a pretty good rush there. So, actually, I'm going to skip these mobs here. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take control of Kevin here. And now we're going to attack. This is a good pack here to get. Gives me 10 experience. I want to try and go for 19. Nice. Alright, so there's our first level up. We're going to throw it into stamina. There's our first level up right there. Alright, come on. Come on, Kevin. You can do it. There we go. Alright, so that's 16 experience. We need one more thing that gives us... Alright, perfect. There we go. Perfect. So that should be all the experience we need. We also didn't get too bad of luck, actually, on the dart. The dart side of things. So those porons, they can randomly throw a dart at you, and it wastes time. And it does a lot of damage, so we don't want to deal with that. So 19 experience is good. So we're going to actually save here. And now we're about to encounter our next fight here. And I'm going to try and control Kevin here, because this fight is really scary. We're going to be dealing with 2 targets here, and, well, they have a random chance of throwing a rocket launcher at me. And at our level of health, it will kill each one of our characters in a single hit. Thankfully, it's only single target, though. And I did save just as a safety precaution. Alright. That's not good. The double, dude. Okay, hang on a second. Come on, can I save? Okay, no, I can't. This is kind of scary now. The double rocket launcher is about the worst thing that can happen in this fight. So... yeah, so this fight also tends to lag, because again, there's a lot more characters walking around on the screen than I think the game wants you to... or the game can actually handle. Oh, man. Okay, hang on. Oh, shoot. Please save her. Okay, nice. We did save her. So I actually... okay, now we're good. Now we're good. I think. I'm going to have to check my experience counter here. Yeah, so 3 rocket launchers is really bad luck, but I did manage to save Carly there. I won the frame rule. And that's also why this run is actually possible to do in a decently fast time. If you weren't able to do that, this run would probably be closer to like 6 hours at least. Alright, so at least it's level up, that's good. Yes, 6. 6. We want to actually start working up her dexterity. And now we want to throw Carly's spirit. Or throw experience to... or, sorry, throw the point into spirit. And then we want to give Kevin's strength. Blech. I'll go into the strengths a little bit here. I'm just going to do a little double check here. Alright. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see here. Yeah. So Lise needs about 50 more experience in order to actually get to level 4. This is fine, though. Oh, actually, this is the point now where we want to start attacking things. Because we want to start getting at least to level 4, or at least close enough to level 4. Oh, nice! Well, there's that dart I was talking about. Those are the porons I was talking about. Alright. So, yeah, I want to keep attacking things here. So, yeah, the stats. I guess I should probably talk about those while we got a little bit of time. You have strength, which is obvious. It does more damage to your attacks. You have agility, which is, well, not designed with its intended purpose in mind. It's supposed to increase your evasion, but it does not do that. But it does, I believe, increase damage with thrown items, which is why it's still a vital strat for a particular fight. That's coming up in about, well, a little less than an hour from now. So, first things first, I'm going to, heal Lise here, just because she's low on health. I want her to actually survive this little stretch here. And if you want to know what's going on right now, we kind of need gunpowder. The guy... So the bridge that was blown up, it was leading to where we needed to go. So now that the bridge is gone, we now need another way to get to the Kingdom of Forcina. And that cannonball is our way. But we need gunpowder in order to do that. So now we're going to head towards where that gunpowder is at. Ooh, come on. Leave me alone, Poron. Alright, so what was it? Yeah, I've covered agility. Next is stamina. Stamina decreases how much damage you take. Very, very useful stat for Lise. Lise is going to be the designated tank in this run once we get upgrade to gear. After that is intelligence, which actually increases damage to your magic attacks. Which is also something that Spirit actually does in the case of light magic, which is also something pretty important to take note of. Come a particular sort of item we're going to utilize for a key stat manipulation. Otherwise, Spirit increases healing, which is also pretty nice for Carly. And, well, you have luck after that. And good luck having me explain what luck does. It's a sort of bug stat. It has a few uses, but, well, its uses are pretty much limited to the chests that drop, but we're not going to grab anything from those chests. I believe luck has I think it lowers the chances of a trap box. And I believe it slows down the roulette. So that you have an easier time getting an ideal result, if you will. Alright, so yeah, I'm good on that, Yeah, I should be fine. So, we got everything we need here. And we talked to the NPC that we needed to talk to, because that guy who owns the item shop... Oh, actually, before I do that, I got a couple of things I need to change here. What was it? I think I do this. I do this. Then I do this. Oops. Whoops. I was not supposed to leave the menu. Now I have to equip Kevin's weapon. There we go. We're good. So yeah, talking to that item shop guy allows us to spawn this guy, who opens the way to this place here. Now, let me just check my experience, just to make sure Lise is not... Okay, 32. We can afford to kill a few more things. Or so we're just going to skip by that. Alright. Get to killing, Kevin. So, there's 3. Can only afford to kill, like, probably 8 things. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. I want to try and get at least enough experience so that Lise will get a level up come the next boss fight. Oh, man. Meanwhile, I'm taking quite a beating. And here's Watt, who's going to offer us the gunpowder for 5,000 gold, which we do not have, so, you know, he's just going to wander off. He's looking for the Mana Spirit Gnome, the Earth Spirit. Oh, God. Alright, that's 4. Leave me alone. Come on. Okay, there we go. So I'm not going to kill anything more. That should be enough experience. At some point... Actually, I'm probably going to control Carly right now. So this is now the point where... Oh, actually, I wonder if I should. Yeah, let's Let's see here. I'm gonna heal. Going to heal Kevin here. Yeah, she might die here. Yeah, so this section here has enemies quite a bit higher level than us. And you see Carly already taking that one death. You also might notice that I'm popping open the menu from time to time. This is to allow enemies to miss attacks. Because apparently that's what happens when you open the menu, when they're about to launch an actual attack. Alright, now we can actually control Carly, because her health is high enough. And I don't mind if any of the other characters die. I just have to make sure that Carly will live, because again, this next upcoming fight is going to work much the same way as Full Metal Haggard did, where we want Lise to actually die and set up for a nice little bit of frenzy for Kevin. But yeah, this is kind of the gist of how getting to the boss fights is going to be like for pretty much most of the rest of the game. We're going to be dealing with enemies quite a bit higher level than us, and they're going to hurt a lot. And that story will not change, even when we do upgrade our gear, for the most part. Alright, so I'm actually going to control Reese here. And here's Watt. And we're going to now face our third boss fight. This is Jewel Eater. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to... Whoops, come on. Alright, good. Yes, we're going to heal... There we go. So I'm actually going to keep Lise at the front here. Oh, wow. And he completely ignored Lise of everyone. Really? Okay. Well, that's fine. I guess, Oh, this could be a problem. Alright, we got a long fight ahead of ourselves now, because I was, careless. Yeah, so I don't actually have an Angels Grail here. Oh, shoot. I might actually run out of healing items here. I might run out of healing items here. I'm trying to be conservative with my healing items here. Unfortunately, because I lost both the characters early, this is going to be a very long fight, and there is a risk I could actually die. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please, please, please. Okay. Alright, we're down to 5. I might still be able to finish this off. Alright, he's down to critical health, so we should be okay. Well, if he keeps throwing that at me, that's going to be a problem. Right, come on, dude. Just in case he does the power thing, or the power slide. We'll win out this. Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. We should outlast them here. Sorry, this was a disastrous fight. There we go. Okay, good. Nobody lost experience for that, by the way. Oh. I had to slog right through that one. But we came out victorious, so all good. All good. So yeah, we now that we actually dealt with Jewel Eater, we managed to help Watt with who he was looking for, and that was this guy right here. And we're going to actually get that Spirit's help, just like we got Wisp's help. Nice. And we got the stat manip, I think, on Lise going, which is great. And now we talk to Watt and get our gunpowder. And he's going to give us a magical rope so that we get a nice quick teleport right out of here. So now, I'm just going to do one little quick check on the experience side of things. Okay. 42, 61. Alright. So we'll kill a few things during this stretch. I'll try and avoid actually killing anything that gives a any more than 3 experience. Alright. That's 3. Okay, that's 6. I have to make sure not to get too much experience. Oh, it's okay, so that's 12. I want to make sure not to actually trigger the level ups for Kevin and Carly. This is very important because of what I was talking about the stat manipulation. I also want to be getting to town here pretty quickly because I want it to still be nighttime before we get to the next section. Because I want to actually keep getting bat spawns. Bat spawns are really good because they, again, like I said, they're inaccurate, right? Well, in daytime we get hedgehogs and more accurate enemies, and that's a problem. We don't want to deal with that. So while we're waiting for this guy to come out, I'm actually going to gain control of Carly there, and we're going to have her lead off here. Again, this next section here, I think, has like level 6 and 7 enemies. So they're going to hit pretty hard. Also, this cannon was supposed to shoot me up to the kingdom at the very top of the screen there. He kind of missed his mark. So we got a little walk-in we got to do. So we're going to try to get through this as soon as we can before day completely breaks. Okay, that's pretty bad luck on the spawns. Yeah, like, look at that, 22 damage. Pretty scary stuff right there. Also, we're going to have a nice little chance encounter with another familiar face of ours. Or another familiar face. So I guess I probably should say that Duran is tied to the Kingdom of Forcina, so that's why he's here. And, well, they're being attacked by, I believe, the Kingdom of Altina. I believe that's the name of the kingdom, anyway. It's a kingdom filled with mages. And they're another bad guy faction, like the Beastman and like the Ninjas of Navarre. Which, of course, means they're tied to a different storyline. But those are the 3 main main 3 enemy factions. So it's actually still nighttime. This is, we actually made some pretty good progress here. Get out of here, hedgehogs. Once we get there, though, there is a gold statue. We will save here, just in case. Because, of course, you gotta take things, sometimes take things a little bit carefully. Once we deal with the Kingdom of Forsena, we will be going back to Maya. And once again, I will be checking my experience count for all 3 of the characters. And again, this is important because that is key to setting up the first official stat manip for Kevin. Kevin is the one we really need strong stat manips from. Because if you don't properly stat manip, your strength is going to be much lower than it is pretty much necessary in the actual run. And like I said, much of this game you're going to be under-leveled, so every point of strength will matter in the run. Like, you will feel that difference. Especially when you encounter a stronger boss fight. So yeah, this part here is pretty random. These wizards, sometimes they have a chance of casting a magic spell, and it wastes time. So hopefully... Okay, no, he decided to... that's slightly bad luck, but it could be a lot worse. He could have actually started a cast. Ooh, very nice luck. No wizards actually casted a magic spell. I got the worst possible luck on spawns, but they gave me nice patterns, so that's actually pretty good. Yeah, so this is a pretty short section. Altina didn't really bring a whole lot of forces, aside from this guy. And, well, first, we're going to... Oh, okay. I thought I had control of Lise there, but... That's fine. I was trying to control Lise, because all you really have to do is attack that guy, and he'll leave. And this king here, he's a pretty pivotal character. We come to him for advice on where the mana spirits are. So I probably should mention somewhat the story a little bit. The fairy here, she's looking to try and get help. She's trying to find the hero. And, well, after some little bit of a conversation with the priest, we became the designated heroes because we were chosen as the fairy's host of sorts. And because she did that, well, we are the hero now, and we had to now find a way to the Mana Holy Land to get the Sword of Mana, which we are told is going to help fix our problems. And so we don't really have a way into the Mana Holy Land because it's way up in the sky, I believe. So we need the priest. There's two ways you can. There are 2 ways you can get to the Mana Holy Land. One is through the activation of the Mana Stones, which is what you saw in that cutscene just a moment ago, and the other is not really known if it works or not, but the priest wants us to get the 8 mana spirits and get their help, so that the fairy has enough power to open the way to the Mana Holy Land. So that's pretty much our goal right now for pretty much this entire run. We're going to try and get the Mana Spirits. We only have 2 of them so far, and, well, this stretch for the 3rd one is probably the longest one. Alright, so now that we're actually here, I'm going to just check one thing. Alright, 27, 46, 44. That's pretty, I mean, there's a decent gap between Lisa and Carly and Kevin. So, I guess what we're going to do then, in this case, is we're going to rest here. And we're going to turn it nighttime. And we're going to try and kill whatever we can. I'm going to stop killing things during this stretch. Especially if Lise levels up. Because once she levels up, that's when I know I'm getting really low on the total remaining experience for Kevin and Carly. So once again, we'll have Lise lead off here, even though that is a little bit risky, like I said. But yeah, the enemies here are a little bit less threatening now that they're relatively low levels. Alright, so yeah, pretty much I don't really care about killing anything here. Just have to make sure to stop when I see Lise get a level up. And regardless of whether they kill anything or not in a screen, I'm going to make sure to keep moving Lise forward. Nice dart. Hey, don't whip me, please. You stay away from me, Boron. He actually was pretty generous there. This is fine. This is totally fine. Okay. So we're coming up to the next town here. This is the town that the King of Forsina wanted us to go to. And this is Beisel. And it's a very important town for specifically the reason that it has a black market. And this black market has a wide variety of very strong items that we are no doubt going to come back to and grab these items from. But first we have to take a trip to Palo, which is where our next weapon for Kevin is going to be. And we are going to upgrade Kevin when we can for weapons at this point in the game. Yeah, I know. Why stop the killing, right? Well, it's pretty important. Because again, like I said, you have to stat manipulate when going for actual attempts on this game. And it is very important to get the stats we need, because there's a number of pretty useless stats that we don't want to put points into. Stats that don't really benefit certain characters in many situations. Okay, so first we're going to actually drop by the weapon shop here. And if you want to know why the music is the way it is, that is because this town here is at the very foot of the mountain where the Roland Kingdom is. And as you all know, Roland Kingdom has been overtaken by the ninjas of Navarre. And that means the ninjas have occupied this town as well. And so you're probably thinking, why have they not actually attacked our party members? Well, the ninjas in that town are brainwashed, I think. I believe they are. So, yeah, now we're in some pretty dangerous territory here. These are level 8 characters, and we're only level 5. Like, our highest level characters are only level 5. So, these enemies do like 30 damage. It's a scary, scary place. We don't have much health. So, you're going to see a number of pausing the action with the menu just to prevent enemies from actually connecting hits. We also don't want to kill anything here, because they give a lot of experience, and we don't need experience right now. Again, this is the point in the game where... Oh, God. Yeah, nope. I'm not gonna let you. I had me scared for a second there. It's okay, we're fine. There's no more enemies here. That's a pretty scary stretch, but we made it. We just need to get to this section. There's some branching pathways. The direction leads to Roland Kingdom, but this direction leads us to a little flower field here that's gonna put us to sleep, and well, we're gonna get taken to an a good guy zone, not a hostile zone. So yeah, there were survivors from the attack on the Roland Kingdom, and well, here's their hideout. They were setting up base near that sleeping flower field. And yeah, this is the point where we're going to start doing quite a bit of backtracking and traveling around the world. It's sort of the downtime period, but it is an important part, because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to devise a plan to retake the Rohan Kingdom. But in order for us to do this, we need the help of a certain strategist, and the strategist is of a different race. And, well, we need a certain item to become that particular race, because we can't approach that said race with as normal humans. And that race I'm talking about is the Chibikos, or if you want to use more casual terms, a gnome. They generally don't like to encounter humans. They tend to be afraid of them. But where we're going to be going here is where we're going to find a certain item called the Chibiko Hammer. And it's not going to be useful just for the sake of the story and lore. We actually use this item to trigger an rage effect on Kevin. You might have noticed that sometimes I imbue or throw a healing item on Kevin or something while he's in werewolf form, or some sort of item. Well, Chibiko hammers have the same sort of deal. It triggers the enrage effect, which increases Kevin's actual damage. Alright, so first things first, let's get that Chibiko hammer. We have to talk to this old lady here. And yeah, this is the black market here. First, I probably need to do one thing. We're going to move the gunpowder in here. And yeah, I'm going to talk to... Actually, wait. No, I talked to this one over here, because this is the one that gives us some pretty important items. So first things first, we need to grab 9 of these. And we want to grab 5 of these, yes. Then we want to grab 9 of these. These are Poto oils. The other items I'm grabbing here are light coins, pumpkin bombs, and I'm just going to... I'll come back to that woman in a moment. I might grab some axes just as a safety precaution. We'll see how much money I still have remaining here. Let's see. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I think just trying to remember what I'm supposed to get here. 1 actually I'll yeah, I want to get the ice claw. 2 let's see, I got 1. I got 1 of these that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I might be... Oh, I know what I can do. Okay, I was a little scared there. My money count is really low there, as you can see. But there is one thing I forgot to do, and that is sell Kevin's weapons for more gold. So, we should be fine now. Just as a safety precaution, though, let's grab at least another 4 more of these. And we're going to grab 2, 3... how much of these? 4, 5. All right, that should be good. So let me just make sure. Just make sure I got everything that I need here. So I got 9 of these, 9 of these, 9 of these. Got some things. I got the claws, got the attack power stuff, and I believe I got the defense scales. I'm going to make sure that I have these items in particular. This is very important that I have these items at my disposal. And it's important that I make sure that I have just enough gold, because now we have to take a trip to Palo. This is the point, or sorry, not to Palo, to Jad. And this cost me 270. So I am down to 19 gold. This is what I mean about how extremely ungenerous the gold is here. And you probably might be thinking, well, you could have just killed more enemies and got more gold that way, right? Well, like I said, we need to get stat manipulation going here. So this is the point in the game where you need to kill enemies to get gold, but you don't want to get too much experience. So the next section we're going to be going to here has a lot of rabbits, and especially high-level rabbits, or rabbites. I don't know how you all like to pronounce that enemy, but they give you a lot of gold and not a lot of experience. Level 8s only give you 1 experience, so it's a good set amount of experience. We can probably afford to even kill a few enemies here for some more extra experience. Again, where we're going to probably have to stop killing high experience enemies, though, is going to be when Lise gets a level up. And we also want to take control of Kevin just in case he might accidentally kill an enemy we don't want to kill. So yeah, this is where... Alright, nice. Did not get a stat manip on Lise. This could be a slight problem. Alright, well, just to make sure, we're going to throw a point in the spirit. So Lise got a level up. So that pretty much means, well, we might be able to actually kill one of these type of enemies here. There we go. Now let's just double check, make sure our experience is not too high. Oh god, that was pretty close. Right. So, yeah, we don't want to actually kill level 1 rabbites. We just want to kill level 8s now. Don't want to kill anything more other than a level 8 rabbite. Which, coming up here... Oh, yeah, these guys give 12 experience. We don't want to kill these. That would be bad news. But yeah, why we're coming here is because that's where the strategists we're trying to look for is at. We're also going to probably talk to that statue just to make sure. And I'm going to use the Chibiko hammer now. And there's... Yeah, you see the Chibiko hammer... The Chibiko just ran off. Probably already knows we're a human, so... And, yeah, this part here tends to be, kind of mind-numbing. And sometimes you might accidentally trigger a second conversation with this guy. We didn't that time, thankfully. I think if you get too hasty, it's almost guaranteed that happens, so... Yeah, we're trying to look for the strategists, so we're asking the townsfolk, and, well... We'll find out pretty shortly where he is. And he's gonna tell us, excuse me, what we need to do. And, whoop, nice. Didn't even bother talking to the guy. But yeah, you have to talk to all these guys, and then, yeah, then you talk to the main guy out and about. And, yeah, this is the strategist right here, so... You'd imagine Lise was not very happy being kind of told to ask around, as the guy would say it as. What the strategist intends and plans, what he wants us to do, is he wants us to get the third wind spirit, or he wants us to get the wind spirit Jin, or Sylphid, as Secret of Mana calls him. And we're going to use his power to blow those sleeping flowers that put us to sleep, to put the Navarre ninjas to sleep that currently occupy the kingdom. And that should allow us to retake the kingdom. For the most part. Not all of them are probably going to end up going to sleep. But enough of them will probably end up going to sleep. So, I believe Carly is at level 6. I need her to be at... so I can really only afford to kill, I think like about, 5 level 8 Rabbites, so... otherwise, we trigger her level up, and it's very unlikely we get a stat manip for Kevin if that happens. And considering I don't have a backup save file, that is a scary, scary spot to be at. So I'm hoping we don't end up having that mistake happening. We'll kill probably 4 just to make sure we don't trigger the level up. All right, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3, and that's 4. Okay, yeah, we're fine. And hopefully that was enough money. This is what I mean about how money can be pretty tight in this game. This is probably the tightest it will be. I'm actually going to control Carly here. Let's see, do we have enough money? Oh, God, okay. Alright. Hang on. We do not have enough money. Don't panic, though. We might still be okay. Okay, we are able to kill one more enemy just to make this work. I hope. Unless they don't give me 7 gold. In which case, we could be in a little bit of trouble with this run. Alright. Hopefully that's not... No, don't... Oh. Okay, good. We didn't trigger a level up. That's good. Yeah, sorry. I thought I had enough gold, but no. I guess not. Alright, yes. I'm gonna go back here. There we go. Good. Crisis averted. Now we're going to save in the next town, and we're going to finally prepare what I've been talking about, which is the stat manipulation. Yeah, Carly is one single experience from leveling. I want to make sure to preserve their particular levels from happening until I reach this point. You might also notice it's turning nighttime. This is also perfect, because I want to be doing this next entire stretch at nighttime. And it's also important that it's also important that I went to the inn in Maya when I did, because then daytime will start to occur right after I retake Roland. If everything goes according to plan. I mean, there's a chance that it might not. There is always a chance it might not. So, first things first, we do have, we are going to not sleep at the inn, but we are going to save our game. There we go. Alright, keep your fingers crossed, because what I need here is I need a zombie pack. Pretty important I get this. Alright, do I have the light coins at my disposal? Perfect. Alright, so, the light coins. This is where Spirit, and remember when I said Spirit can sometimes increase damage done with your attacks? Well, that applies to light coins. Alright, here's a good pack. So I want these zombie packs because they actually lag the game quite a bit. I need to kill this pack, though. So what I want to do is I want to kill this pack, and I want to leave the screen. And then I want to spam this button like crazy. Good. And I want to throw in 2 light coins on this pack. And this will trick the game into thinking I'm 1 level higher. And this is what allows for the stat manipulation to occur. But I gotta run my way to the next screen here. Oh, come on, hurry, hurry, hurry. Okay, good, good. That should trigger the stat manip for Kevin. Perfect. So there you go. That's the stat manip. So the thing with leveling up in this game, the game will actually try to prevent you from stacking certain stats. Like, they'll actually try to gray out the stats so you can't actually, oh god, this is a little scary. I'm actually going to control Kevin here, just to make sure we're not going to have an accidental death after coming this far. It's actually fine because having 2 characters low on life is actually ideal for the next fight coming up. We want to actually make sure that we got 2 characters low on health going into that fight. We want to make sure Kevin gets nicely strong and buffed up and like doing really crazy damage in this next fight, because it's a bit of a trolley fight. So yeah, the enemies here aren't particularly threatening. The harpies are actually very inaccurate. Alright, so here I'm going to actually take control of multiple characters in order to get through the sections here much faster. This Armored Knight is probably the most threatening enemy in this area, but he's also very slow, and he doesn't really have any real speed. Like, he's pretty slow. So you can actually outrun that knight pretty easily. And as long as you don't attack him and cause his tech to occur, well, then you're fine. So once again, I did a little bit of trickery there with the team placement. And that's simply just by holding down the L and R buttons, or either one of the L or the R button. Alright. So we're coming up to the Wind Mana Stone here. And then following that will be the boss fight. So, yeah, the next fight. Zenker is a little bit of a troll. Oh yeah, and don't worry about this guy. You're not going to know about this guy very much. He's tied to a different storyline. Pretty important one, though. Okay, so Lise just got picked off right away. So I'm going to just start by throwing... Oops. Okay, I picked the wrong character there. That's fine. I'll just heal Kevin, and that should cause Kevin's Enrage to take into effect. Now we're going to imbue him with the Earth Claw, and this is why Beisel is a very important town. You get the ability to imbue your weapons, and now we just gotta wait for Zenker to come down. There we go. We also need Kevin to actually take damage here. That might also help with the Enrage effect. Still doing pretty good damage. Zenker doesn't actually have much health. She's also treating me really nicely here by actually staying low. And there's her Desperation attack, which is the speed up buff. Okay, there we go. So now, come on. Yeah, Figured as much. And sometimes Zenker can just hang up at the top here. Come on. Come on. There we go. That should be fine. Yeah. Like, as soon as that happened, she was pretty much done. But yeah, you can see how Zenker's quite a luck-dependent fight. And again, Lise does get that experience. Perfect. And we can put it towards agility. That's perfect. So yeah, here is Jin. And we're finally going to claim our third Mana Spirit here. And like I said, we need him for the strategic retaking of the RRLAT Kingdom. And remember that magic rope I grabbed way at the beginning of the game? Well, we're finally going to use it. Cuts out a huge amount of backtracking, saves about at least a couple minutes. And yeah, we're now going to head back to the Sleepy Flower Field. Oh, come on. Alright, perfect. So once... actually, what I'm probably going to do is I'm actually going to check my experience once I reach the cave. I want to make sure that Kevin and Carly, I think, are no more than like 18 experience apart. And I also want to make sure that I know how much experience I still need to get in order to get ready for the next stab nip. Okay, so, so 40. Ninjas are 18 experience, so that's 36. So that should be just enough. Perfect. So I'm actually going to talk to the gold statue at the RRLAT Kingdom. The one that we actually got to see. And by doing that, we will have a save point that's a little further ahead than that one there. You also might notice that I've been pretty lax on actually getting more healing items. Well, after this scene plays out, you're going to find out why that is. Because we're going to actually get some nice supplies from the people of the RRLAT Kingdom. They're going to have a nice stash of round drop candies, which fill up your entire round... pretty much fill up your entire round drop count to full, which is 9. That's the max you can carry. They also give us 3 revive items, which is also really good. There's a chance I could lose a character accidentally, and that's not fun. You don't want that to happen. So yeah, Operation Retake RRLAT is now in motion. So but before I'm actually going to go in, I'm going to go down here. And just in case the stat manip fails, we're going to save here. I'm pretty sure it will work with this experience level, because all I really need to do is kill 2 ninjas to get my party members or Kevin and Carly to a good experience amount. Alright, so here's a couple ninjas here. They are worth 18 experience. Perfect. So now, just gonna go over here. Nice. So now I believe Carly is only 2 experience. And yeah, now we're dealing with level 11s. You can see how much higher level the enemies are starting to get. And this is going to be a continuous theme, you know, even past the point where I'm going to stop the run. Like, you're going to experience that in this run, but it gets worse and worse as the run goes. Like, eventually you're going to reach a point where you're like level, I don't know, level 22, and you're facing like level 36s. It's awful. And some of those enemies will include really heavy damage-dealing enemies like ninjas and werewolves, and yes, armor knights as well. And some of them will also contain full-screen text, which is also not fun to deal with, because full-screen texts are not dodgeable. They are guaranteed to hit. Alright, so we're coming up to the stat manip room, right in this room coming up here. Let's see if we get this right. Okay, so I need to do 2 light coins, and then I need to leave the room, and hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Alright, that's a good sign. Perfect. So we stat manipulated Kevin again, and now he has a strength stat of 8. So we once again tricked the game into thinking we're 1 level higher than we actually are. And that allows us to trick the game into giving us stats we actually want. So now that we actually got what we needed, time to save, because coming up is a really nasty fight. I do have extra light coins as a precautionary, so I should be fine. But we also still have to do a fight after that, and that's also a fight that can be pretty scary. And it's also the fight that I mentioned we needed the agility stat for. But first we have to deal with this guy. This is a nasty fight. He has ads, and this fight tends to lag a lot. Alright, so first things first, going to imbue Kevin with this. And then I'm going to imbue him with ice. And now I just gotta wait for the ads, which I think are coming out now. Yep. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to spam this, the remainder of my light coins. And hopefully this will kill the ads. And hopefully they do not shapeshift into something that absorbs holy. Otherwise we are going to have problems. Big problems, in fact. So, yes, pray to the RNG gods that this does not happen. Okay, we should be fine. Alright, so we got rid of the ads now. Now we just gotta go to town on this guy. And this is also why we want to get rid of the ads, because this guy likes to power them up, which means they do more damage. It's fine. Alright. Yeah, now that Lisa's dead, yeah, look how much damage Kevin is just registering on the guy. Yeah, you can see how quickly he just goes down. That's pretty much ideally how the fight needs to go. It's a little bit slower to use the light coins, but it's a much safer strat. Much more consistent. Alright. So... Alright, I do have an agility stat of 8. So, I mean, I should be fine. So I should start putting points into stamina. But to make sure we are okay, I'm going to bring out the axes. Actually, I'm going to bring out everything that's not the gunpowder. And hopefully we will be okay. So now we're going to control Reese. I'm looking to try and do at least 100 damage per pumpkin bomb that I throw. So this fight's actually really interesting. It's a really nasty fight. Especially if you try to do it properly. But, you know, we're just going to cheese the fight. And try to kill him before he gets the chance to morph. And that's a good number to see. Perfect. So the pumpkin bombs will finish the job. So this means that So this fight's kind of interesting. How this fight works is once he's down, once the fused version of these guys gets to a certain health value, they split into two. And you don't want that to happen, because their health completely regenerates to full when that happens. And you have to deal with both of them. And it's just a very, very nasty fight. But if you do more than enough damage, more than their total health pool, when they're fused, they die. Just like that. So yeah, I got the axes just in case I wasn't able to do enough damage. Oh baby, we got a strength manip on Kevin. And yeah, now we're gonna start really putting a lot of points into stamina for Reese, just to start buffing up her tankiness levels. Like this is now the point where Lisa's finally gonna start getting some gear upgrades in terms of armor, and that's really good. So far this run is actually looking alright. We're actually doing okay. So I probably should say right now, Kevin's max stat with strength at the current class he's at is 10, so he just needs one more to max out strength. So that's pretty damn good. And we're going to continue stacking up spirit for Carly. Once we completely max out, though, we will... oh, God. Oh, God. You can do it, Lise. Yeah, so now we... Oh, my God. Get out of here. I do not want to deal with that Armor Knight. He's bad news. Oops. So I want to heal Reese. This is now the point where I'm going to largely lead off with Reese. Just because once we get her gear upgrades, she's going to be our tank. And yeah, Kevin's going to take quite a bit more damage, so there's a chance that not just Carly, but Kevin's going to die quite a bit too. So, you know, Kevin's going to keep Carly company a number of times, and that will be a common theme as well. Sometimes you will lead off with Kevin. It really depends on whether Reese actually dodges damage or not. So, yeah, this is why I walk into the inn, or I go to the inn in Maya, because now the night's starting to turn to day, and this is perfect. Actually gonna kill some of these off. We don't have to worry about... Oh, come on. Perfect. So I think it's still nighttime. Not 100% sure. But I need it to be daytime because there's a certain event that's going to happen once I leave this town here. And it takes a little time for it to play out. And we want that, and so we want that time that it progresses to change it to nighttime. Also, yes, if you want to know who this guy is, the guy that we ran into in Roland Kingdom, who looked like a ninja, that is Hawk. That is the guy who shares the storyline, and now we're getting a bit of lore dropped on his particular story. And, well, why he went to the Priest of Light himself was to remove a particularly cursed, I think it was a necklace, that actually would kill the woman you just saw locked away in that cell. And yeah, Hawk is that guy with the purple hair. That's, in case you were wondering. You might have thought it was the cat. It was the thief. Alright, so we gotta let nighttime progress a little bit. Actually, wait. Let's check the experience count just to make sure. I want to make sure I get one more stat manip going here. All right, yeah, we're more than good. Yeah, let's kill a few things while we wait for nighttime to become daytime. Oh, it is daytime. Nice. All right. All right, let's not do that then. That was a mistake. Okay, we'll just roll with what we got. I should be good on experience. I mean, I did cut it pretty close. All right, time to upgrade some gear. Some very much needed gear. So, yeah, in case you're wondering, I know it's daytime now because Kevin's actually not morphing into werewolf. That's how you know it's daytime. You don't really need to, like, wait for a certain color in the daytime to... You don't have to memorize stuff like that. You just gotta pay attention to Kevin. Alright, so, yeah, Kevin, and there's Lisa's gear. So now, we're going to finally equip our gear. We're finally going to have actual gear. And actually be able to take some hits. Somewhat. I only say somewhat because it's still going to hurt quite a bit. A lot of enemies. I'm also going to heal Kevin here. Right before I leave the town. And we're going to grab a few chocolates just as a precautionary. That should be enough. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I don't need to grab that yet. I was just wondering what I needed to grab there. Alright. So, now we need to heal Kevin. And I'm doing this so I can just stall a little bit of time, because I just want to make sure that the, Actually, you know what I could do? I could save. That way I know that I'm not going to be screwed. Because, unfortunately, the next area, it does not progress daytime. It doesn't progress the day at all if, once you enter it. Once you enter the section that is coming up. So, if it doesn't become nighttime, we end up having to fight the next boss in not nighttime. Which means we don't get werewolf form. And we're going to become very sad by that. Because the next fight coming up is pretty dumb. You'll get an idea when we get there. Alright, so, yeah, this guy's gonna give us a free ride. And, you know, why not, right? It's a free ride. We paid enough money for these ship rides. I think we are owed a little bit of a freebie for once. Unfortunately, though, this ship is not what it seems. So I guess while I wait for the scene here to play out, I do want to mention, if anyone is still confused about the category, do know that I haven't learned the full game, but I have learned at least up to Sword of Mana, which is where we're going to end things off with the run. I imagine with the pace I'm on here, I should make it underestimate, but we have a few nasty fights to still go through, and I mean, there are save points right before them, so I have plenty enough cracks at these fights that it's not going to lose me too much time if I don't get them first try. But one of those fights is really a doozy. Okay, I hope that was nighttime. Or we're going to find out if it is. If not, though, that just means we have to reset and let daytime progress and just watch the scene again. Top quality scream right there. Yeah, so if you haven't clued in, this is a ghost ship. And we're going to run into a number of monstrosities and ghosts. But we're also going to get a little bit of important information from the ferry here that there is a spirit that's faintly lingering. Nice, nice. Okay, we do have nighttime. That's good. I waited just long enough. It looked like I wasn't going to get it, so... So, yeah, this is now the point in the game where Carly's going to pretty much die, and die a lot. This is why oftentimes when you see a run of this done in an actual marathon, they oftentimes keep a death count for Carly. I think... I hope I was talking... Okay, yeah, I was talking to the spirit with Carly. So that spirit... you need to choose a certain party member to take over as the new possessed host of sorts. And we don't want that to be Lise or Kevin, because we want Lise and Kevin to be getting the upcoming experience for the next boss fight. And but we are able to break Carly free. It just means we got to kill the boss on the main the source of the evil on this ghost ship. This is actually a pretty short section, and it's surprisingly not that dangerous, despite the very little room we have to maneuver around in this area. Ghouls are still pretty threatening, though, so we do have to be a little bit careful. That note on the wall there, by the way, that contains the secret to the bookshelf that I was at earlier. And now we're just one more area from getting to the boss fight, actually. Oh my goodness, is Kevin at... Oh, Kevin almost survived that. Hey, leave me alone. I don't want to play. I just want to go to the boss, dude. Okay, so now we're on to the boss fight, and this fight's awful. Hopefully, to start things off, he does not throw in a... Hopefully he decides to not throw a Dispel on me, because that will disable Kevin's Enrage. Okay, that's good. Kevin taking damage also kind of works as an Enrage. It's actually pretty nice. So, the thing with Gorva, and why he's an awful fight, is that he likes to do this. And sometimes he can waste your time by just constantly teleporting, moving around while you can't touch him, and you don't want to cast spells because it wastes time, and yada yada yada. And so the ideal thing here is that we want him to cast a spell while he can't be hit. And we also want to make sure we get good spawn luck with his teleports. Oh, this is really good. Whoa, this is some good damage for Kevin. Alright, perfect. Evil Gate's actually pretty good. I'm going to actually heal with... Yeah, we'll heal with... Kevin should be fine. Let's heal Reese. Very nice. We actually got us... We got the 2-cycle. That's actually pretty rare. I don't normally get that. That actually has put me ahead of my splits because of how good that fight actually went. So yeah, we actually got experience for Lise and Kevin, but because of this forced cutscene, the experience has now been stored. So the next bit of stat manip is going to occur at this point. Once we hit the next area. And how we're going to try to do this stat manip, we're going to try to force Carly to die and try to transition to the next screen before the level ups trigger. And hopefully if I do this right, it should stat manipulate Kevin to have 10 strength. That is the goal. That's what we are hoping for. That's assuming we actually got enough experience to get a level up. But first, though, we have to actually force a particular cutscene, which is coming up. Which is coming up right up here. And here is one of a lot of people's one of the best characters in the game, at least for most people's opinion. He's got a pretty special sort of honk that a lot of people like to talk about. Which way am I going here? This way? Oh god, no, that's not where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going here. I'm supposed to go this way. Yeah, but you have to force that cutscene, I think, because I don't think he shows up to save you in a different spot. So it's pretty important that I do that. Alright. Oh god. Did we... Nope, we didn't. Alright, come on. Alright, that should have gotten it. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna wait for Lisa's level up. Okay, it didn't happen, alright. That might be a slight problem. I want Lise to actually be stat manipulated for stamina, so that she can actually take more damage. But since it didn't happen, it didn't happen. It's not a big deal. We can work with it. It's just gonna make some fights a little more scary. But that won't be for a little bit. We have to... First, we have to get off this island, and we got to get back to the Kingdom of Forcina, so that we can finally know where the other 4 mana spirits are at. Alright, I'm gonna actually heal here, and we're gonna save right here. And we'll replenish our items. Even though we didn't really use up much, we'll replenish it. Yeah, one of these. Yeah. Again, I want to preserve my money because, again, we... remember when I said gear is very expensive? Well, it's going to become very apparent from this point onward. But that won't be for a little bit. So yeah, that one NPC we did talk to, of which they aren't enemies, they were good guys there. One of them allows us to be able to talk to this rock and actually allow us to utilize a mana spirit so that we can open the way to the next part of the run, which is the cave. And this is a pretty scary section. There are certain enemy types that are very accurate and attack fast and they hit very, very hard. The worst one is the Podos. Because not only can they do that, they can heal the entire group of enemies. They have a multi-target heal light, basically. Not fun. These Packing Babies are somewhat of a threat, but they're not as bad. And they tend to... come on. Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, there's the pole right there. Right at the very front. And yeah, you're going to see me utilize the menuing quite a bit in order to prevent too much damage from being taken. This jellyfish... And this is also where we're going to try to utilize Carly to heal where we can. Right. That was still pretty good. I'm going to use Carly to heal Elise here. Again, I want Elise to be at a decent amount of health. Soon enough, we'll have to heal Kevin, though, because the other dangerous thing about this section... there are forced encounters, and that's not fun. Alright. Oh, God. Okay, yeah. Kevin died. That was about as expected. Okay, this is a bad pack. Okay. I am going to have to heal Kevin with a pack and chocolate, because I don't trust Carly being able to save him in time. And now I want to control Kevin. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. Like I said, the forced encounters here can be very, very difficult to deal with. Oh, I got critted. Alright, good. Got rid of the Poto, didn't actually heal the party. Oh, nice! Get out of here. Quality enemy. Right there. Yeah, you kind of wasted my time by eating me up there. Doesn't actually do anything, does no damage. Just kind of wastes your time. Alright, so now we don't have to deal with forced encounters for a little bit. There is one more that we will have. But it will be right after a gold statue, which is perfect. Because that will heal us at full. Oh, God. Leave me alone. Oh, that's a bad pack. We're going to need to heal Lise. You can see how the enclosed area here, it's a little tough to get past enemies without actually taking hits. Alright. And usually when the other two characters die, it can turn real ugly really fast. Alright, so that was the last stretch there. Now we got our gold statue. So this is perfect. I'm not actually going to heal here. Going to take a little bit of a risk, but we should be fine. Because with only one more forced encounter... Oh, this could be a problem. Oh, he's healing. Okay, yeah. See, this is what I mean. The other problem with the Potos is they can also summon ads. Or, you know, more enemies, basically. And you don't want that either. So we actually got more stamina for release. This is very good. And we've now forced our way open here. Now we're going to take control of Lise again. And from here on out, we can just avoid all encounters. Oh, God. Stay away from me, Poto. There will be one more gold statue, but we technically don't really need it. But, okay, maybe we do. Maybe we do. Oh, God. Yeah, we're going to talk to the gold statue. I don't feel that risky. But we will choose to not save our game. We'll choose a different spot to save. Because, unlike other sections, we don't really have a boss fight at the end of this section. Instead, we're actually going to have a encounter with this guy, who is part of the story, or he's part of the storyline that we are currently playing, but there's not as much known about him. You know a little bit more about him in the other storyline tied to it, which is Hawk's story. But if we were to do a full run of this game, we would eventually have to fight him. Which I guess now that we have a little bit of time... this is only up to the Sword of Mana, which is when we pull the Sword of Mana out of the mana tree in the Mana Holy Land. Which we're getting, you know, relatively close towards. But we still have a number of really, really difficult fights we have to do first. And yeah, this is the point in the game where I stopped in my SNES Superstars marathon run, because one of those fights is really nasty. I talk about how you're very underleveled at this point in the game. And that becomes very evident in the areas that will be coming up shortly after a little trip visit to the Kingdom of Forsina, which takes up about 4 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to basically be going to talk to the king, and then he's going to pinpoint the location of all the remaining 4 spirits. We, however, do have to do the... We have to do these in a certain order. You can technically go to the desert before the ice world, but in the speedrun, it's faster to do the ice world and then the desert. And then you have to do those 2 before you get access to the Moonlight Forest, and then subsequently you have to do that before you get access to the leaf section. And it doesn't really make sense why it has to be done in that order. That's just the way the game was programmed. Yeah, unfortunately because I don't have actual control of Booskaboo, I am not able to do the honk yet. Save your honks for when I return to the beach. You will have your time to do that, because I'm going to do it at every opportunity, because you don't get very long to control Booskaboo. It's a relatively short amount of time we get to control Booskaboo in this game, so we take every opportunity to do the honk when we can. It's just that standard, you know? So, if you want to know the fights, well, you know what? I'll talk about those. I'll talk about the fights as we approach them. Yeah, so this is a pretty lengthy section. There's really not much to actually talk about. I'm trying to think, what have I not covered? I've already re-talked about the category. Oh, yes. This is also why we need to come and see the King of Forsina. He gives us the flute, which allows us to actually summon, or allows us to call out to Booskaboo. That's right. I keep forgetting that's where I get the flute. Yeah, so I mean, the King of Forsina has had his fair share of adventures himself. You get a little bit of lore like that actually dropped on you in the Dragon Emperor route, I believe, but at least as far as I know. It's been a long time since I've ever done Dragon Emperor route, but I believe the main reason why it is the fastest route is because the final dungeon has a lot less forced encounters. Like, all of its forced encounters are all centered in one room, or like a couple of key sections. At least as far as I understand it, that's the reason why. But in Archdemon route, I believe there's quite a few forced encounters. It is a good opportunity to actually level. So it has that going for it. Alright, good. Don't really need to fight anything there, so we just skip it. Alright, here we go, guys. A moment I'm sure a number of people have been waiting for. So we're going to head to the ice. We're going to head to the land of Altina, the ice landscape to the north. Wait. Wow, I kind of butchered that. I hope that does not mess up the day cycle. That would be bad. I was kind of confused on where I was supposed to go. Oh well, this fight's not... I don't think the next upcoming fight's too bad. I don't think, anyways. Alright. First things first. Let us upgrade... Oh, this is the item shop. We'll need this. We'll need another one of these. We're not going to get any more of those. And this should be the weapon shop here. Oh, no, it's the armor. So I believe... Yeah, that's that. Yes, perfect. And I should have just enough money to upgrade Kevin's weapon, which should be in here. I also want to make sure I get through this section here as fast as I can, because, again, there are forced encounters here, and, yeah, that's a problem. Oh, wait, what am I doing? That's not what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I need to upgrade... Oops, that. And then I need to upgrade that. And this. Perfect. You know what? Let's save at the end, just to make sure. That this section can be a little dangerous. Even though I did mess up the, day cycle a little bit there, which could be a little bit of a problem. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like I said, enemies, as you progress through this game, enemies get more and more tough, and that's going to be a continual theme. Also, remember those wizards? Yeah, they're back, and this is what they're known for doing. They treated me nice the first time I saw them, but yeah, sometimes they can just choose to do a spell. Wow, this is some pretty wretched luck. I may have to force use a item. Oh god. Okay, this is scary. Okay. Nah, it's pretty wretched luck. Don't do it the third time, please. Okay, good. You see how the luck can get pretty awful. Alright, so here's a forced encounter. Oh, nope. We're still a couple screens away from that, I guess. We want to skip all these mobs. We don't want to bother fighting them. Okay, here's the fight. I'm going to use a Poto oil here. I think. Alright. Okay, yeah. Something was wrong graphically there. Alright, so now I want to control Kevin here. This is where I want to make sure Kevin does not die here. Alright, perfect. I'm actually going to lead off with Kevin here. A little bit of a risk, but I do want to open up these forced encounters with Kevin. Alright, so here's the statue. We could have made it through that, but the forced encounter is a little bit scary. So I didn't want to press my chances. Because if I actually died, I would have been sent back to the tropical island, and that's not good. We don't want that. Oh, God. This is some pretty bad luck. But I guess it's making up for the time that I had good luck in Forcina. Okay, good. He was doing it again, but thankfully we were able to exit that screen long before. Oh, yeah, and there's also Potos here. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is dangerous. I did save, thankfully, but this is a little dangerous. Oh, God. Please leave me alone. I don't want to die. Okay. Yeah, we're going to use up another round drop here. Oh, God, this guy's... Wow, this is some bad luck. Seiken Densetsu 3, ladies and gentlemen. You just do not have control over that. Oh, God, leave me alone, dude. Alright. Okay, I want Carly to heal Kevin here. Pretty important that this happens. Good. Also, sometimes spells can be casted I forgot about this guy. It's a good thing I healed with Carly there, because that would have killed Kevin. Oh, God, I have another one of these guys. Alright, perfect. Seahorse is actually not too bad. Alright, good. That was kind of scary. Still got one more pack, but this is a pretty short pack. Come on, you can do it. Thank you. And here's our gold statue. And to the left is actually going to be our next boss fight. And it's a pretty nasty fight. Remember those machine golems? Yeah, they're back. And they can all just choose to chain multi-target cast and well, kill you instantly. It's not fun. Oh my God. Wow. That hurt. I am going to heal with this. So, and then I'm also going to heal this. So Kevin should be enraged because he took damage. And now I'm going to use the Earth Claw, or the Air Claw. The Machine Golems are weak to air. Oh my God. This could be a problem. So the Machine Golems are actually trying to cast... Oh God. Okay, so this might... I might have to reset this one. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Yeah, no way to actually save that. We have to reset this one. I could have tried to res, but this one wasn't worth it. We can do better this fight. This is what I mean. I thought I was able to kill the Machine Golems there, but they were... when their health gets low enough, they will cast. So that was really 100% my fault. But this time I'm going to... leave me alone, Poto. I'm going to take control of Kevin and get into a nice little safe spot so that he doesn't accidentally die. Alright, so let's see if we can save these here. Oh no, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it lagged a little too hard there. So, first things first, we're going to imbue with Kevin right here. Carly's gonna die pretty much instantly, so we actually cannot afford that to happen. Let's see. So I imbued with Kevin. I should be fine. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, and you can see how much damage they do. That's pretty nasty. I'm going to heal with chocolate here. They're all going for Lise now. Oh God! Wow, that is a lot of damage. Hey, you can't sleep on these guys. They can be pretty dangerous. Oh, man. Man, really? So I wanted to actually attack the ones at the top there. Okay, well that's fine. Kevin actually survived. I'm going to use another Angel Grail on Reese. I want her to get the full experience here. We are determined. We are determined to get this. Get out of here. Nice. Alright, perfect, perfect. No resetting a second time. That's good. Alright, so now it looks like Carly did not get the stat manip there. But we did get another stamina point for Reese. This is good. And we already maxed out with strength, so now we're going to put it into stamina for some added survivability. So that was a bit of a rough go. But we got it. We managed. So that's one of the nasty fights that we have to deal with. And, well, I don't know how the next fight's gonna go, but there's a few really nasty attacks that you have to deal with in that fight as well. And unfortunately, because the whole backtracking happened outdoors, we have to actually do all the backtracking to get back. So, we're gonna take a little bit of a risk and try to forego that statue. We only have one forced encounter, though. Let's see here. Let's heal you. Beautiful. Yeah, and there's the ad right there. Huh. Somehow that ad was able to hit Carly a second time. Nice. We got another level up. That's good. More added stamina for Kevin. That can only be a good thing. Oh, God. Get me out of here. Alright, so I'm going to take control of Lise here. Just to make sure we don't have any issues. Because, again, Lise is able to tank the hits more. Usually I like to control Kevin here just to make sure that he enters the forced encounters with me in control of him. Ah. That wizard was trying to cast again. Alright, thank goodness. We don't have to deal with wizards. And, yeah, we're going to save right here. Alright, so we're safe from any accidental deaths, or full party wipes. Now we got the machine golems out of the way. I'm actually going to heal Kevin here. I want to try and keep him alive. Okay, good. So that should top up Kevin. Nice. Alright. So it's almost becoming daytime now. Nice. Nice, wizard. Oh, God. Yeah, we're gonna heal Lise here. Kevin should be fine. I'm not really concerned about him at that health. Come on. Alright, so... no heal for Reese. Or no stamina for Reese, so I'm just gonna throw it into stamina. Or, sorry, spirit. Because I think spirit actually affects healing items. I think. I could be wrong. Oh my god, man. Really? This has been a rough go with the wizards here. I'm actually going to control Reese. Thankfully, I don't have any more forced encounters, so I just have to get through this. Okay, wow, I was about to say, if he got that cast off... Oh, God. Don't do it. Nope, nope. Stop hitting me back. I'm gonna make it through this. Okay, we're almost home free now. Come on. No. Yeah, you can see Lise takes quite a bit less damage, so that's why her on point is really important in the actual run. And she has quite a bit of health, so that's also an add bonus to her survival, or her survivability. Okay, so we're done with the snow area. We now have to move to the desert area. I'm also going to take this time to replenish my item stock, and I'm going to do this in every new area I go to, just kind of safety reasons. I'm also going, and also once I replenish my item stock, I'm going to rest at the inn and force nighttime again. Nice. Harley couldn't keep up with me. Alright, so we got 9 of those. That should be good. Yes, we want to grab one of those as well. And yeah, let's grab a couple of those just in case. I don't want to be too bold. Alright, so let's force it to nighttime. We're also going to save here as well, because the next fight is also pretty scary. I don't know if in the actual one I'm supposed to rest here, but I do want it to be nighttime for the next upcoming fight. And we don't have to worry about the next couple of areas afterwards of whether it's nighttime or not, because it's always nighttime in those areas. Also, this section here is much less dangerous than the ice world, because the enemies, well, the enemies are actually not, they're either not too accurate, very slow, or generally not the smartest AI. So I believe these shaman can heal, though, so just another reason to not fight them. So there's a number of traps in this area, so, but once you know where to go, it's not too bad. Ooh, the gold rhino. Nice. Yes, I go this way. So there is a save statue. Oh, God. Leave me alone, dude. There's a save statue pretty soon. Or not a save statue pretty soon, but kind of out of the way. Oh, my God. Okay, this can be a little exciting. Alright, so remember those 2 ninjas that we cheesed pretty hard at RRLAT Kingdom? Well, we have to fight them legit now. And it's a nasty fight. Now you're going to realize why we cheesed this fight out the first time. They have a nasty single target tech called the Shadow Dive, and it hurts a lot. And they use it pretty much at the start. I need to heal Kevin here. I'm going to heal Lise with that. That could be a little scary. I believe in Carly. Okay. That should get the heal off. Okay, so now is the point where we want to actually start using some defense buffing. And I'm also going to want to... Yeah, so I got Lisa buffed with defense. This will make her tank hits a lot more. Oh, man, come on. Yeah, as you can see, she takes basically no damage, so I want them to be baited to actually attack her while I control Kevin and not get too antsy. Because you can see he doesn't take much damage to be put into critical. Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah, so at this point, I should consider the Poto Oil. This is a multi-target healing item. Oh my God, that's rough. Okay. Get away, get away. I don't want to be your friend. Yeah, you can see how much damage they do, and it hurts. Get away from me, dude. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is kind of scary. Let's see if we get it. If I don't heal him in time... Nice, we got it. Okay. Now I'm going to heal Reese back. And this is why the defensive seed really comes into play. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, that's the Shao dive, by the way. And they do it when they're at very low health. Thankfully, though, Lise can take the hit. So... Come on, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. You gotta attack. Okay, one's down. Perfect. Yeah. So if Lise has high enough defenses, you are able to handle that fight relatively well, but you need to be able to stat manip Lise correctly to have high enough stamina in order to successfully do that. Also, you might have noticed that that woman was back, and she had another familiar character that you saw from Hawk's storyline. Oh God, the Ninja Masters. Actually, no, that's not the Ninja Master. That's a different type of ninja. Still a pretty dangerous ninja, but not as much. Oh yeah, and here's another reason Armor Knights can be really nasty. They can imbue their weapons and do loads and loads of damage. Since we passed Bill and Ben, we're going to save here, because we don't want to do that fight again. I made that look methodical and, yeah, methodical. That's the correct word. And calculated, but if you don't play your cards right with that fight and you're not prepared for it, it's nasty. So what the villain in that in this scene here was trying to do is she was trying to sacrifice this blue-haired chick. I believe her name is Jessica. To activate the Mana Stones, you have to actually sacrifice someone in order to do it. So she was trying to sacrifice Jessica, but failed because of Hawk. So she used Bill and Ben's soul instead. So, rip Bill and Ben, you're never going to see them again. So we did fail to prevent the activation of the Fire Mana Stone, but we will get Salamander's help. And he's more than obliged to help out, so... So there we go, we got 6 of them now. We're down to just 2 more, and then we're able to enter the Mana Holy Land. I'm not sure, I think I have to do this rope in here. I think I probably could just do it anywhere, to be honest. So yeah, this is where our final use of the magical rope is going to come into play. Saves us all that backtracking. But we still have to backtrack outside. And we don't really have to kill anything here. So, now that we're done with the desert area, we now have to deal with the Moonlight Forest. And, oh boy. If it looks like we've been having a good run here so far, well, we might have a little bit of a hiccup coming up here. And that is because the boss fight coming up has a full screen tech that can almost one-hit kill my entire party. And that's if they don't take any, if they're at full life. And usually they're not going to be in this upcoming fight. And that's a problem. So I really need to win frame rules and actually heal someone in the clutch, or it's almost guaranteed this next boss is going to kill me at least a few times. This is the fight that was my original reason for not wanting to do this particular stretch the first time around. I'm also really looking like it's going to be cutting close to the estimate. That might be actually a good thing, actually. We may even risk going over the estimate. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I do have safe strats for this next fight, but it's still really scary. Even though I'm only fighting one single character, he can still do a lot of damage, and it's almost necessary to, it's still pretty necessary to, well, where am I going? It's still pretty necessary to raise the defense of Kevin. Because he's got to be able to survive the fight somehow, and it's a painful fight. It is a real painful fight. If you've played this game before, you know what's coming, and you know exactly what fight I'm talking about. And, yeah. You think about fights where fighting extremely under-leveled is really scary. This one is one of the scariest fights to fight when under-leveled. And even before getting to that point, we have to deal with werewolves. And you've seen how powerful Kevin is. Well, regular werewolves are almost as scary. So it is no walk in the park. Thankfully, though, getting to Lugar is not too scary. I'm actually going to heal Lise before I enter this forest. We're going to utilize the mashing of the run button in order to pass this first pack. Uh-oh. Yeah, no. We do not want to fight the werewolves. We do have a certain enemy that we will fight, which is the bound wolves. We're not going to fight these ones, though. We want to make sure we fight them on a screen where we won't get werewolves, because they hurt really, really badly. Okay, I think we fight someone on this screen, so I'm going to control Kevin here. Beautiful. I also want to make sure to get enough experience here. Looks like... Oh, man. I need Reese to level up. What are we going to get here? Oh, this is ugly. I'm actually going to go back. I'm going to go back and make sure that that Lise gets a level up. Because I want to make sure she can actually take the hits. Oh, God. Wow. That hurt. See, even Kevin's not safe. Even Kevin's not safe. Alright, perfect. Still didn't get a stamina manip. That's unfortunate. Alright. That's fine. That'll work. We at least got her up a level, so that's really all I can hope for. I do need at least decent enough health to go into this fight, because it's nasty. It is a really nasty fight. So the fight I'm actually talking about here is with a beastman named Lugar, and like I said, he has a full screen tech, guaranteed to hit me, and it does a ton of damage. He has a chance of doing a single target tech though, and he has 3 different phases, and each phase is signified by a single target tech. So I saved the game right before this point. Wish me luck, because there's a good chance I will die on this fight. But yeah, if you want to know what's going on here, the forces of Altina did try to attack the creatures of this vicinity, but yeah, the beastmen are quite formidable opponents, and they're not to be defeated so easily. They did want to activate the Moon Mana Stone. And yeah, this guy, this Jester here, his name is Death Jester, and like I said, you got to be quite familiar with it. You've seen him a number of times in some of the character backstories that we saw. So that's where we're getting some character development here. Kevin's angry that Death Jester lied to him. Carly realizes this is the guy who kidnapped Heath, which is why Carly is doing this journey. Okay, so now, no sooner than having talked about all that, here's the Lugar fight. Let's see here. I'm gonna start by imbuing Kevin, and now I want to imbue Lise because I do not want to take too much damage. This is just a really awful fight. You see, even with all the healing that I've got at my disposal, this is still... He still hits really hard. And I only have a limited amount of... only have a limited number of healing items, so... Oh my goodness, stop. So I want to try to take pot shots where I can. Not get too greedy. Oh god. Yeah, I'm just trying to plan out my my item use here. It's pretty important. Oh god. Alright, so now I want to heal Reese. Yeah, you saw how little damage Bill and Ben did. That is how much damage Lure can do. And I don't want to have both of our characters taking damage here. It is pretty scary if it happens. Alright, it's fine. I can probably save Lise. Oh, it doesn't look like it did. We're down 1 Angel Grail. So he's on second phase now, which is a little scary. Because next phase is where it's going to get... This next phase is where there's a chance he'll do the attack I was talking about. Oh, don't take hits if I don't need to. Oh god. I forgot. I need to re-imbue Reese with defense. Let's see. Yes. Oh god, no. Not 2 at a time. No. Yeah, okay, here's the attack. Here's the attack. This could be bad. Okay, I need this. I need this to land on Kevin. Please. Okay, thank God. Wow. Saved that pretty hard. Okay, so we should be okay now. I'm going to have to view Reese again with defense, but Kevin hasn't taken a death, so that's good. The other major thing to note is that on the final phase, he can hit 3 times per attack. So, pretty nasty. Nice. That was good. That was a good hit. A couple of hits there. Come on. Nice. Okay, we got him. Yeah. So you can do that fight a lot faster, but it risks both your characters taking the damage simultaneously, and it's just so risky. Like it's so risky. So I played that very, very safely, but sometimes you have to do things like that just to get somewhat of a consistent result. So, yeah, here's Luna, and Luna's gonna do something that, well, prevents Lugar from actually dying. Lugar was actually dying there. We technically put him on his last legs there, but Luna did heal him, but basically turned Lugar into a little baby. And as it crawls back, as Lugar crawls back to the wilderness. But apparently that is standard tradition with Beastmen when they're just young little ones. And I just realized I have not been keeping up with my splits again. But yeah, we're through pretty much the worst fight from this run. So we have pretty much just one more fight we have to do, and then it's just one fairly lengthy section. Which I will do properly, as a normal run goes. I'm just relieved I actually got through that fight without actually dying. But yeah, you can see how that attack kills your entire party in a single hit if they are not full life. If you don't win that frame roll and have someone else heal the character you're controlling, well, your party's just gonna wipe, and it's, well, game over. Back to the title screen. Oh god. That's also why I decided to save, just in case these guys decide to be a problem. I'm gonna control Reese here. Actually, no, I want to control Kevin. I'm gonna actually kill a few more things here. Ooh, actually... no. Kevin already leveled up. I should probably not kill anything. So, it's pretty important that I don't, Actually, wait. Wait a minute. I'm gonna just check something. I have to make sure Kevin doesn't level... Okay, yeah, he's fine. I have to make sure Kevin doesn't level up in the... during the next boss fight, because there is some additional enemies that come with the next fight. And there's one thing about this game. If Kevin levels up, he loses his attack power, and you have to give him an attack power seed. It's pretty stupid. I don't know why. It's just one of the buggy natures of the game. Okay. So now that we're done here, we're going to replenish our stock of items, because we used up quite a bit there. This should be the last time we need to do this, though. Alright. Cool. So off to the last area. And then, kill off the last boss, and then it's off to the Man in Holy Land. But before that, we got some more Booskaboo. Are we going to make estimate? It's going to be pretty close. Gildervine can be a pretty big troll if he wants to. So, now we're into the last area, and this is the reason why we need to do Moonlight Forest before this. We need Luna to actually clear the way for us. Also, this is where the High Elves, I believe, are at. And, yeah. This is also where we get a little more lore dropped, or a little more lore about Carly dropped on us. Oh, nice! Don't sleep, Kevin. Thank you. Yeah. As usual, Porons are still jerks, and they have Sleep Flower in this case. So this section here, we want to actually follow the colored flowers. They are what leads us in the direction we need to go. So yeah, I feel the need to point out we are literally half the level of the enemies here. Just to give you an idea, it only gets more and more scary as the run goes. Alright, so we followed the red flowers, or the pink flowers, and now we're into the High Elf Village. And this is where we are given the little bit of a story that Carly's not really a human. She actually is a half-elf. One of her parents was a human, and the other was an elf. Forbidden love, you know how it is. It's one of the typical storylines from older RPGs, you know. And this sudden realization does have Carly leave the room briefly. But yeah, we need to talk to the Elder here because it allows us to talk to the other elves, and we need to do this because, well, for two reasons. One, we need to we need to be able to progress to the next area, which we need to talk to this guy in order to do. And we need to get a new weapon for Kevin. It's pretty important. And we should only need to grab a weapon for Kevin. And you see, we don't even have enough money for anything else. Once again, I have to state, that is how tight the money is in this game. And it only gets... And just like how the enemies get stronger, the gear gets more and more expensive, and the best gear in the game is so expensive, there is even a possibility where you might not even be able to afford everything for Reese. Most particularly, her weapon. Her best weapon. I probably should have waited to heal there. Okay, now we can wait. Now we can do it. Please? Thank you. Oh my god! Okay, well, I'm gonna control Reese here. Just to make sure. Come on. Nice! Nice sleep flower, dude. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We got a gold statue here. And we're going to use Luna to clear the way. And this is a pretty short stretch. We're also going to heal. Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to be a little overestimate by the looks of it. That's kind of unfortunate, but... Well, the good news is I could just rush through, I actually could rush through... Oh, come on. I actually could rush through the Mana Holy Land if we are running enough behind the estimate. This Poron, dude. Can you leave me alone, dude? Wow! This guy has been clutch. Okay, can you please, dude? That was unbelievable. Alright. So now we gotta heal Kevin. Just to make sure he does not die. Come on, dude. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, we don't have to worry about the Queen Beast too much. It's really just the guy with the whip. And here's Gildervine. Alright, so first things first, I'm actually going to throw a full target heal here. And here are the ads. And quite a few of them come out. Alright, so there's some stamina. I want to make sure Kevin does not level up here. Oh my goodness. And this is what Gildervine is known for. So I'm going to actually heal Kevin here. This should take him out of the sleep. There we go. Whew, doesn't like Kevin very much. Yeah, if this fight trolls me enough, this fight can actually do Sleep Flower over and over again, and yeah, it would not be fun. Alright. I need to heal Reese. Alright. Come on, you can kill somebody else. God, man. Wow, this guy is really not liking Kevin very much. Just nothing but targeting Kevin in this fight so far. I'm going to try to do the LNR trick. Okay, here's some more ads. Going to try to utilize the tech here. Oh, come on. Just take him out. Hey, that's Sleep Flower. Okay, that's the Reese. That's fine. Alright, come on. Okay, so next phase is coming up here. Come on. Come on. Oh, really? Thank you. Actually, I want to actually try and use this just to make sure Kevin stays topped off. Yeah, so here's the second phase once you actually see the face. Oh, the lag! Doesn't do much damage, though, with it spread out like that. Alright, so Carly takes the hit this time. That will put her down. Alright, come on, Kevin, get in there. And now comes the point where Sleep Flower can become a bit of an annoyance. Come on, Kevin, get in there. Okay, so there's the desperation attack. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of a chain move. Not really much to speed it up. Not sure if he does it like a random set amount of times. Come on, please hit, please hit. Man. Yeah, it looks like it's a random number of times. Just one more reason to say that this is a luck-dependent fight. Come on. Alright, so yeah, Sleep Flower, you can actually take the sleep effect off by simply throwing a healing item on. It's really strange how that works, but that's how it works. Come on. Kevin, please move. Sometimes the AI can be a little stupid and try to move away from the boss, even though that ends up not giving me proper damage. Alright, come on. Okay, there we go. Took him out. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be just a little overestimate. I can skip fighting the Rabbites in the Mana Holy Land. It's not how the actual route of the game goes. But I still have to escape from this forest. And then I gotta go to the portal area. And a large scene is going to play out. And then I have to go somewhere else. And call upon a very, very special character that we, you know, may or may not be familiar, or that you may or may not be familiar with from Secret of Mana. And that would be Flammy. Alright, so we're going to throw that point in the spirit. Come on, Kevin. You can do it. Defense up. Nice. Doesn't really help at all for that particular enemy type. Yeah, so now we just got to leave the area. Oh, God. Come on. Okay, good. He didn't at least cast it on Kevin. So once again, I'm going to control Lise here. Alright. Looks like we are home free. Alright. Time to head to this nice little lonely island here. The scene's going to play out. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but yeah, we are going to be going over estimate. But it won't be by too much. I think in the interest of staying to the estimate, we'll ignore the Rabbites in the Mana Holy Land. Alright, so now we have all the 8 spirits, and we're going to finally do what needs to be done, and that is use their help in order to open the way to the Mana Holy Land. And this is a fairly lengthy scene, so yeah, oh, does it look like I still have time? Okay, yeah, because I mean, we will go over estimate by a little bit here. But it won't be by too much. So if they still need time, I'm okay with killing the Rabbites as a normal run will go. Because I mean that's the entire reason why I got the attack power seeds. I'll specify more onto that on why I got those attack power seeds when we get to the Mana Holy Land. So Fairy failed the first time. She's going to try one more time. Oh, yeah, sorry if, okay, yeah. Looks like chat got me covered. Yeah, if you want to know what route this is the Arc Demon route. It doesn't really matter too much what the route is, given the category. If we did play this game to completion, though, it actually would matter, because you get a completely different dungeon, or final dungeon, based on what storyline you're going. I believe with Arc Demon, it is Dark Castle. With Dark Lich route, it's the Mirage Palace. And with Dragon Emperor route, it's Dragon's Hole. And the Glass Desert. So, yeah. Fairy managed to open the way, but the only reason she was able to is because the Mana Stones have all been activated. So, that ship you just saw came from Altina. That's one of the enemy factions. They are now going to enter the Mana Holy Land and lay claim to the Sword of Mana. And this is the convergence point where all the three enemy factions are going to converge into the same area. And they're going to wage an all-out battle, war, if you will, in the Mana Holy Land. The mages were the first ones you saw in the airship. Here are the beastmen. And following after that will be the ninjas of Navarre, who has the best ride coming to this area. I'm not going to even spoil it, but if you've played the game, you know what's coming. It's you'd think for one of the storyline tied to the Prince of Dark, or is it the Prince of Darkness? The Dark Prince or whatever. They'd have a more diabolical ride, but nah. They're just gonna roll in this ship carried by a whole bunch of balloons instead. Yeah, this scene is pretty long. Yeesh. Thankfully, it is almost over. But we still have one more area we gotta get to before we get to the Mana Holy Land. Because while the enemies are able to get to the Mana Holy Land, we don't. Because we don't have a way to fly up there. So we need a way to fly up there. Which is the next part of the game. Which is a very short part, thankfully. If I play it correctly, it should only take like maybe 2 minutes. And then after that, I'm able to enter the Mana Holy Land. So Lisa's text there was mentioning about the father of the winged ones. And that's what we're going to be seeking out. Alright, everybody. I'm sure you've all been liking the whole honking thing, but this is the last time we're going to see Booskaboo, so soak in the honks now, because after this point, we will not be using Booskaboo anymore. Okay, so now we're at our destination. That's it. No more honking. We are. If you found it annoying, you are freed from it. If you loved it, sorry, but that's it. There'll be no more Booskaboo, and that goes for the run. By the way, remember how damaging these enemies were? Well, they do 1 damage to me now. Just goes to show how strong increasing your gear actually is in this game. But like I said, money is tight in this game, which is why it's pretty hard to actually get the enemies to only do an ideal amount of damage to you. So where we need to go is to the RRLAT Kingdom, and a certain soldier that serves the kingdom is going to open a way for us. That takes us to the father of the winged ones. And then from there, it should be pretty straightforward. There is a few pretty scary enemies if you choose to fight them. But as we all know, in the speedrun, we do not choose to fight anything, so... So it's a pretty safe area. Come on. Hey. And here we are. We're at the RRLAT Kingdom. And here's the NPC right here. And here's another reason why this section's not really too dangerous. Harpies tend to be very inaccurate with their heads, so we don't really need to worry about them too much. There is a chance of an armored knight, and if you attack him enough times, he can potentially do what is the whirlwind sword, and it hurts a lot. Like, it's almost equivalent to the Lugar full screen tech. Maybe not quite as powerful, but pretty close to as powerful. Would probably be enough to kill the entire party if it was activated. But we didn't even get an encounter with that. And that's how quickly this section ends. So here he is, the father of the winged ones. Or more precisely, mother of the winged ones, because this is not a male. This Flammy here is actually a female. That's why it was a little irritated when we referred to her as the father of the winged ones. So, I'm kind of don't really have control of Flammy. She's going to kind of fly around for a little bit. But eventually she'll come to that small island we were just on not too long ago. And she'll then fly us up to the Mana Holy Land. And yes, this will be the final section of the game, of which I will play out as a normal run would normally, which means we will try to kill as many King Rabites as possible, or Rabites. And yeah, these King Rabites, they have like 200 experience for every one you kill. So this is a good chance to actually get levels for your two primary characters, that being Lise and Kevin. And this is important because you need to get to level 18 to do your first class change. So this is a good place to get that experience. So yeah, this is now where I'm going to control Kevin. This is also where we need the attack power seeds, because in the Mana Holy Land, it is always light. So we cannot utilize werewolf form here. The King Rabites can do a number of things, and they're very, very scary enemies to deal with. Oh my god. Yeah, that hurts. Wow. That's the Rabite Rainstorm. Pretty nasty attack. Thankfully, the game lagged enough that I actually was able to save Carly there somehow. Come on, get out of here. Perfect. And even the pink ones give like 126. It's pretty good. Thankfully, there's only like 9 packs we have to fight here. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, yeah. Alright, we're just gonna leave this screen. I guess the King Rabite got his one victory for the day. This is a pretty rough stretch for this particular thing. I've had one get the Rabite Rainstorm. Normally I get pretty, oh my goodness, wow. I've been having some real rough goes with these, Rabites. Come on. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm not going to bother killing the yellow one there. So yeah, we'll heal Reese here. Normally I get a level up here with Kevin. Normally this is the screen I get a level up anyway. Alright. Alright, perfect. But yeah, without the attack power seeds, you're not able to do enough damage. There we go. And I need to imbue. So this is the 5th one I've used. So there's only 4 more left. Right. And since we already are maxed out on stamina and strength with Kevin, it's not really, I may as well just put my points into whatever, because I can't really put any more into the stats I actually want for him. Alright. Come on. There we go. So, where is he? Oh, God. Come on. Oh, my God. This guy has been doing that move a lot. More than he should. Alright. It looks like Lise is pretty much maxed out. Okay. So this is the last point we can save at. We don't really need to save here, but we're going to anyways. And it's just a couple more packs. And then once I reach the sword... well, technically I could, like, end the time after the cutscene plays out, but we are already overestimated as it is, so I'll probably just call time once I actually get Lise to touch the sword. Alright, so this should be the last pack here. Oh, I actually have an extra attack power seed. Nice. Yeah, this is the last pack. After this is a nice little quick run to the mana sword. Alright. And yeah, there it is. There we go. just barely got under 1311. I slightly underestimated the estimate on this one. I thought it was generous enough, but nope. I still have much learning to do. Still have quite a bit I have to learn if I want to have a somewhat decent time in this game. Thanks for the GGs, everyone. We'll let this scene play out, at least until the hosts are ready to swap over to the next runner, assuming they are ready to go. But I'm sure everyone wants to see Lise lift up the sword, which is where I was intending to end the time, but, you know, we were already well overestimate by a good solid 10 minutes. The reason why I wanted to farm the rabbits was because I wanted to at least learn that part of the run, because it's important for me to learn the rest of the game that follows this, because you need the experience in order to get the levels necessary so that you class change after the second Mana God Beast. It's very integral in the run, because you need to have at least the defense down stat. The defense down spell by the time you reach the Air Mana Beast. It's pretty vital in the actual speedrun. Anyways, that's it. That's basically the run. It was basically my way of practicing. I wanted to make sure that we had the time at least to fill out a little bit. We did go over a little bit overestimate. We probably could have only been like... Probably would only have saved like 3 minutes, even if I just skipped all the rabbits. But yeah, if you do want to see the rest of this run, well, hopefully the next time I do this run, I will have the entire run learned.